Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're having a fine Friday. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. Also, check out my YouTube music channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I am Jamie Totten, and this is Here's the Thing. So, today I'll give you my top 5 NBA guards with the best handles. My top 5 NBA guards with the best ball handling skills, past and present. And back to the music scene, I'll give you my top 5 male dancers of the music business. And of course, the election watch. Yes, we gotta keep an eye on the election. So everybody, most of us probably having a long weekend this weekend, and I'm sure some partying is gonna be going on. So we all gotta do the right thing though. Make sure you're safe and stay out of trouble. Okay, but I hope to see some of my family, some of my friends this weekend. Hopefully, I'll be looking for y'all somewhere. Anyway, okay, let's start with the best handles that I've seen in the NBA. My top 5. Starting at number 5, Nate Tiny Archibald. Tiny Archibald, he's a bad man. He's a little guy. Well, I guess you could say he was little. He was 6'1" out of New York City. You know, the 80-81 NBA season, he played with the Boston Celtics, and he won the championship with, young Larry Bird. But he came into the NBA in 1970, 71 season. For his career, he averaged 18.8 points a game, 7.4 assists per game in his 14-year career. Nate Tiny Archibald is what they called him. He was left-handed, and he had great handling, great passing skills. You had to keep your eyes open when Nate had the ball because you never knew when it was coming. Nate was that tough, man. At 6'1", he could get around all of them, and he was left-handed, and he had exquisite handle. I mean, just could do what he wanted to do against the people he was going against at that time. So, yeah, Nate Tiny Archibald. So, he averaged 18.8 points a game, like I said. So, he was putting the ball in the hoop too. So, he could score, and he could handle the ball, and he could pass. I mean, 7.4 assists per game for his career in 14 years. That was getting it done. That was definitely getting it done. Okay, Nate Tiny Archibald, number 5. Number 4, the Pistol Pete Maravich. Pistol Pete Maravich was playground all the way. That's what I think of when I think about this guy. Um, you know, he could score too. I mean, he could really score. One of the greatest scorers ever, especially in college basketball. But, but without a doubt, he was one of the greatest ball handlers ever. Some people were saying that Pistol didn't win because he wasn't a great team player. Just a flashy passing and just flashy all the time. Flashy when he passed the ball, flashy when he was handling the ball, flashy when he was going to the hoop, just all the time. Showboat, but that was his game. It wasn't showboating to him. He was that's how he played. So, you know, if you say so, that's why he didn't win. Hey, that's your business. I mean, that's your opinion. That's cool. But he sure was fun to watch. I tell you, that I could watch him all day, really. Pistol Pete ended the NBA in 1970 as 6'5" guard. In 76 and 77, the 76-77 season, Pistol Pete averaged 31.1 points per game, leading the league in scoring. He averaged 24.2 points per game and 5.4 assists per game for his career. Okay, so Pistol, he was so much fun to watch. He had serious ball handling skills that were off the charts. Okay, let me reiterate. I'm not talking about the best point guards, but who has or who had the best handle of the guards that I've seen. Okay, so number three, Irvin Magic Johnson. No introduction needed. Magic played 13 seasons, averaged 19 and a half points per game, 7.2 rebounds per game, and 11.2 assists per game. Magic ran the Showtime Lakers to 5 championships. Most regard him as the greatest point guard of all times. Now I could say that he was. I can't really say nobody else was better than him. I can't say that, you know. But as far as handling the ball, to me, he's number three. I mean, he had flash, he had game. Of course, he had game, and his ball handling skills were superb. And he did what he had to do, and he won. But he's number three because number two is Zeke, Isaiah Thomas from the Bad Boys, from Detroit Pistons. I mean, within the flow of the game, there was no better person person at handling the ball and getting it where it needed to be, regardless of who was in front of him. I mean, he was a 6'1" point guard with a career average of 19.2 points per game and 9.3 assists per game. He won 2 championships back to back. He won in 89 and 90. I mean, was one of the great floor generals that kept his team together and knew how to use the people that he had on his team. But his ball handling skills were were some of the greatest that I ever seen. To me, he he did more with the ball in his hands than I seen most other people could do at that time as far as handling the ball. He was a great floor general and he had great handles. But he's number two. So let's see, I have number five. I have Tiny Nate, Tiny Nate Archibald. Number 4, Pistol Pete Maravich, the Pistol. The Pistol was a gunner. When he got hot, they say he was hot as a pistol. Okay, Pistol Pete was number 4. Number 3, Irving Magic Johnson of the Showtime Lakers. Yeah, Magic was rolling all the time. All the time. Number 2, Isaiah with the Peel. Isaiah Thomas. Bad boy Piston. But number 1, for me, I have to give it to this guy here. Kyrie Irving. For sure, the best handles that I have ever seen. Say what you want to say, but when this guy is engaged, he is more than a handful to deal with. You know, his handles keep all of them on their heels. I mean, when you see him coming, you at his mercy. You at his mercy when you see him coming. There's nothing that he can't do when he's coming down the court. With the ball in his hand, going right, not a problem. Going left, not a problem. Oh man, that guy is amazing. Last year he averaged 25.6 points and 5.2 assists per game. And you know, y'all know Kyrie, y'all seen him. He had one of the biggest shots in NBA Finals history. Y'all remember? Y'all remember when King James led his team to victory after being down 3-1 against the Warriors? Against the Warriors in the 2016 Finals. Y'all remember. And y'all knew I had to get that in there. So yes, sir. That's who I got. That's my top 5 handles. And Kyrie is number 1. That's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. Yes, I am. Okay. Now, 2, my top dancers in music. Now remember, I'm not talking about hoofers, professional dancers. I'm not talking about simply professional dancers. I'm talking singing and dancing and playing instruments and dancing, that type of thing. Okay. So number 5, Jackie Wilson. Yes, sir. So Jackie came on the scene in the late 50s, and he was considered to be one of the most influential and most important artists of his time. You know, he had hits like Lonely Teardrops, 60-Minute Man, and, you know, Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher and Higher, and many more. He was called Mr. Excitement for the many moves he had while doing his thing on the stage. Mr. Excitement, he was a bad guy. He could sing, he could dance, he could do it. And he's number 5. Okay. Number 4. Some folks don't look at him as a great dancer, but I do. And he's number 4 on my list. That's Prince. Yeah, that Prince, Mr. Purple Rain himself. Yeah, he's not known much for dancing, but if you check out his concerts and stuff like that, he gets out there and does it. I mean, he had to get hip replacements from jumping around and stuff like that. So much jumping off stuff, doing his thing, dancing really, really hard. Batman, Prince. He's number 4 on my list. Okay. Now, number 3, Bruno Mars. I'm serious. Bruno Mars is a bad dude, man. I started checking them out about 4 or 5 years ago. When I saw the guy dance, you know, yeah, I thought of the greats. You know, the greats came to mind. This guy could really dance. I'm like, I didn't expect that from old Bruno, but he is bad and he can move. And I was presently surprised when I saw what he could do dancing. Bruno, bad man. Okay, now, number two. I mean, don't hate me for it, but number two, James Brown. Yes, Mr. Please, please, please. James Brown, man. When it comes to singing and dancing, for me, James started it all, you know. And I always had a funky, funky band backing him up, you know. James hit the scene with a brand new bag, man. Everybody else was doing that other stuff. James came in with the brand new bag and turned it out. You know, I mean, to take the world by storm with dancing, you know, that is some good stuff there. That guy could really, really do it. Like I said, he had a brand new bag. But he's number two. And the only reason he's number two is because this guy got to be number one. There's no other way. Number one, Michael Jackson. Yes, sir. Now, if you can tell me I'm wrong, I respect your opinion. But for me, it's Mike. It's Michael Jackson. And it started when Mike did Billie Jean on the Motown 25 reunion show on TV, the world watching. And he did Billie Jean, like I said. And that sent them through the stratosphere, you know, moonwalking. Folks still remember where they were when they was watching it. That's how big that was to me, anyway. So that was one of the greatest performances I've seen in my life on that Motown 25 thing. Yes, sir. And calls from he got a call from one of the greatest hoofers at that time, who was Fred Astaire. So Fred Astaire called Mike after the show and telling him, "You're a heck of a mover, son." Now coming from Fred Astaire, that was some stuff. That was some good stuff. So to me, you know, it's Michael Jackson. When it comes to dance, Mike is the GOAT to me. He is the GOAT. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Number one, Michael Jackson. Okay, election. The election watch. Eyes open, ears open. The momentum is on the side of the Democrats. Vice President Harris has taken the lead or really cut into any lead that Trump had over Biden. Harrison Walsall stomping and getting that message out today again. On the other side, more lies, more hate, more anger. Trump in one day has become pro-choice. Who in the world believes that? Not me. I don't think anybody believes it. No one is falling for that. Okay, so everybody have a great weekend. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And like I said, have a great weekend. Enjoy your holiday. And I'll see you next week. Peace.